Yo, Lito Lolo coming back down to earth here, and the amount of shenanigans that we have witnessed in the year of 2024 alone has me believing that Elon Musk might have been right and that we are currently existing in a simulation. I am sure that I and countless of other people with a decent moral compass have noticed the comparison that once content creators reach a certain level of success, they immediately start being attracted to minors. You know, content creation success and minors go hand in hand like the Targaryen bloodline and incest. But anyways, we are going to go down the rabbit hole and discuss all of the interesting things that have happened in the past year. The song Not Like Us, where Kendrick Lamar calls Drake a predator, must have opened Pandora's box to more successful creators being exposed for engaging in an inappropriate relationship or behavior with minors, because this summer we were in for a surprise, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Disrespect was one of the most well-known and successful streamers in the universe of streaming. People adored him, and he was unironically on a lot of big streamers' Mount Rushmore of creators who paved the way in the world of streaming. But weirdly enough, he got banned during the pandemic on June 2020 for a reason that was disclosed. Now, this caused a lot of commotion amongst the community and streamers during that time, and for years this has been a mystery that was kept in the pits of the Chamber of Secrets.
Twitch chat wants to know, after all these years, why was Dr. Disrespect banned?
Wow, I've never had that one. Whoa!
Dr. Disrespect would then start to stream on YouTube, and he too never provided any details on the reason why he was banned, but he did allude to him launching a legal lawsuit against the company for contractual obligations, in which he did win financial compensation.
But a lot of people ask me, do you know the reason? Yeah, I do know the reason why now. I've known for months now the reason why. And I'll just say this right now, champs. There's a reason why we're suing the fuck out of him, okay?
Now, this stirred the masses in believing that the reason he was banned was because of the fact that Twitch did not want to pay him the 8 figures that they promised, so that he wouldn't opt out to another platform like Mixer. So because of that, he took his talents to South Beach. For years, Dr. Disrespect was doing very well on YouTube, and was still attaining accolades for his success on the platform. And you know, many people kind of just shrugged it off. It was like a conspiracy that would never be solved, a Reddit think piece that was just never answered, until an ex-employee named Cody Connors tweeted out he got banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read in plain text. Case closed, gang, on June 21st. Now, the legitimacy of these tweets were questioned because there was no evidence, one, and apparently, two, this ex-Twitch employee was attempting to swindle ex-users for this information, but other ex-users would provide their input and say that they heard the same thing from reliable sources. Dr. Disrespect would then go live 3 days later on June 24th, where he chose not to expand on the details of the situation in hopes to make efforts to let the fire just die out, so that people would assume that it was just a rumor and move on.
For those that are looking for me to expand on this weekend, not gonna. I already said what I needed to say.
He was back to his regularly scheduled programming, and it seemed like he was almost to the finish line in pretending that the controversy that was happening on X was fraudulent, until this happened. I love how the music in the background perfectly captures this moment. If you guys don't know what is happening, this is basically the moment that Dr. Disrespect is realizing that his career is nearing its end. Because during this time, his company, Midnight Society, tweets out, "On Friday, we became aware of the allegations against one of our co-founders, Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved. And in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we needed to act. For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Guy Beam immediately."
If you guys don't know, Midnight Society, which is the game that Doc helped build, right, and create, and he was a part of the company, did their own investigative research behind the scenes, found enough evidence to let him go from the company. So, like, if that's not enough, right, evidence.
So here we are. And just like Ninja said, in order for them to have terminated him, there must have been truth to the statement that Cody Connors made. So the next day, on June 25th, Dr. Disrespect would make a statement finally opening up about the Twitch ban. And the most important part about this tweet is this paragraph in particular, where he states, "Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear. It was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought out against me." Out of all the things, out of all the reasons Dr. Disrespect got banned, I would never have predicted that he was messaging minors in the Twitch whisper of all places. This man was apparently 35 when he was messaging this minor who was probably maximum 17. You know, the age gap between the two is older than her. Do you understand? Do you comprehend that? The age gap between the two, 35 and 17, is coincidentally 18. Like, this is some fucking GTA simulation shit right here. Ava Kris Tyson, formerly known as Kris Tyson, received a lot of hate when she decided to transition into becoming a woman in March 2023. Mr. Beast made the decision to support his friend on this major change and kept her on his team regardless of what the outside perception was. You know, now although this seems unimportant, I think it is essential because a lot of the hate that was garnered for this situation that I'm about to speak about was because of the fact that she was transgender rather than her being a predator. I wanted to get this specific annotation out of the way, but not all transgenders are pedophiles, predators, or evil people in any way, similar to how not all cisgender males are pedophiles or predators, etc. You see how that works? Nonetheless, this controversy starts with an artist by the name Shadman. Now, Shadman is not your typical artist. Shadman specializes in a very special type of art that is catered to a very specific demographic. The art that Shadman majors in is called lolly, a young looking girl character in a Japanese anime or manga. Now, Shadman surely does have an imagination, because he's not just drawing these characters in a setting where these underage characters are fighting against a villain. No, he is drawing these underage characters in a very inappropriate way, which is just a way for these weirdos to justify their fetishes and inappropriate behavior This is like a loophole that these Jared from Subways have found, because in their minds, they believe that just because it's a fictional depiction of a minor, that it is somehow legally safe. But in reality, regardless of how much you sugarcoat it, let me tell you fellas, they are dousing it so much with sugar that their whole bloodline is going to get diabetes. Regardless, you are still a creep, and not the good Radiohead creep. You're more like the scum of the earth, fucking stomp on you with my shoe, cockroach, pathetic smiggle in a cave creep. Now, why is Ava, Kris, Tyson connected with this horrible artist? Well, she used to tweet at the artist back in the day, begging for art. Like, she was literally on her knees begging. A lot of what I'm talking about can be seen from this video created by Adrox, so I suggest you watch this video to get a better idea of the situation. But essentially, the conclusion to this is that Ava, Kris, Tyson had a strange infatuation with this type of art that basically highlighted underage minors performing lewd acts. And as we could see here in this photo that took place in an old Mr. Beast video, Shadman's art can be seen on display. And Mr. Beast, you are not slick at all. Now this spiraled other problematic controversies to the surface, like a bomb being dropped into the water, causing all the dead fish to rise. And in one of these alarming issues, Snapchat messages between Kris, Tyson, and the 14-year-old minor stuck out like a sore thumb. She keeps on calling this 14-year-old minor dad. That man is not your father, Ava. This is not the end of Empire Strikes Back. And there's a lot of people defending these Snapchat messages, stating that this was just a friendly exchange between two friends. But what the fuck does a 14-year-old have in common with a 19-year-old in college? You know, like sure, I could understand a friendly banter on Xbox Live, but on Snapchat messages, the staple arena for cock pics and hookups? Like, nah! Mr. Beast would then tweet out on July 24th, finally speaking out on these very serious allegations, and decided to part ways with Ava, Tyson, and will conduct a comprehensive investigation.
Hey, you know they got your mans. They got your mans on sex assault charges. Yeah, the nigga you be hanging with. The nigga you be hanging with.
And when you thought that might be the end of it, we continue to get comboed like we're going against Ulsan and Tekken 8. Because Cody Ko, a popular YouTuber that started a channel with his friend Noel Miller, where they would do commentary videos way back in the day, was actually exposed for having inappropriate sexual relations with Tana Mongeau, who was 17 during their engagement. 17.
The smallest dick you've ever had sex with?
Oh my god, do no one look at me, Cody Ko.
Delete the videos.
I can say that. I was literally 17. I can say that. What? Sorry.
Delete the videos.
Now in this TikTok clip, we can hear Tana Mongeau talking about her sexual relations with Cody Ko, and emphasizing that she was 17 at the time of their relationship while he was 25. A fully grown man with a fully developed prefrontal cortex. Tana Mongeau then doubles down on her podcast Cancelled a few months ago, regurgitating the same experience.
I mean, I hooked up with Cody Ko when I was 17 and he was 25. Yeah, it happened.
So, although Tana Mongeau did not feel like she was being taken advantage of, she does understand, because she has reached the age that Cody Ko was when they had sexual relations, that it definitely was not an okay thing to do, because, I mean, technically that is considered statutory rape. But yeah, when this happened, it opened the floodgates for a lot of internet dwellers to dig up gold mines like Hector Zeroni and holes, and we could see a lot of Tana and Cody's behavior in their collaborations seem just a bit weird and off-putting.
Teach me some slang. Teach me some teen slang.
Okay, well, I'm a feel like, right?
Alright, no, I'm way too old to be on YouTube. Obviously. She knows a whole bunch of slang, cool words, because she's, you know, a teen, whatever. So I'm here basically just to learn some teen slang, right? So do you want to...
After watching this clip, it just makes their situation even weirder because it continues to emphasize how young she is. Like, he keeps calling her a teenager and yet still decides to make further advances on her, which is just awful. To make matters worse, he literally checks her out when she stands up. I want this to end. I can't stand it anymore. You know what his response to this was? He still did a DJ gig where he played Justin Bieber's Sorry. What? The gods are literally memeing us as we speak. We're just a big fucking meme to them. I'm done, okay? I'm done. That's enough. But guess what? That's not enough. Right? That's not enough, because now we got the shit that went down with Sketch. And listen, there's nothing wrong with what Sketch did. You know, whatever he does with his body, as long as he's not hurting or putting another person in danger, is his business. No, if he wanted to do a gay OnlyFans to, you know, to stack up his bread, then so be it. But you do have to admit that this was completely left field for all of us. This was not on our 2024 bingo card. You know, let's be real. This was so freaking random. It's like the creator of this reality got bored and decided to do a random generator on what he wanted to do to spice things up. And here we are with Sketch being exposed for having a gay OnlyFans. Like, for most people who come out of the closet, they usually make the decision through like a YouTube video, or, you know, they'll type up a tweet longer. But with Sketch, it's like the first thing we see, or the first thing I saw in the morning, was him taking a BBC in the ass. You think I wanted to wake up to that? I didn't even have breakfast. On top of that, we had the whole Diddy allegations that came to light this year, where he groomed grown men like French Montana, Meek Mill, and possibly Justin Bieber. You know, apparently he had orgies with men and fucking beat his girlfriend, who was apparently his sex slave as well. Like, bro, what the fuck is happening? And why is it so hard not to talk to minors? Why is that such a difficult thing? Because now we have Kai Cenat's cameraman attempting to engage in inappropriate relations with the minor. Just stop talking. Just stop. It's such an easy task. You know, I'm about to fucking crash. Comment down below what is on your bingo card for the rest of 2024. Anyways, that's all from me. I'm off to another dimension. See ya.